Welcome back. I'm an emergency doctor actively working at the emergency department of my hospital. In this Doctor's Corner series, we'll dive into lesser-known approaches and hidden strategies to help the people with critical illnesses. You can subscribe if you want to learn the latest news and healthy solutions about your health. Good morning, everyone. Today, listen carefully and take this idea seriously. When a student begins to fail academically, do not look only at laziness, intelligence, discipline, teaching style, or screen time. Look at the plate. Look at breakfast. Look at lunch. Look at the snack after school. Ask yourself, why does the brain lose focus? Why does memory feel weak? Why does a student read the same paragraph 5 times and still not understand it? How can something as ordinary as vegetables become part of the academic recovery plan? Begin with this principle. The brain is not separate from the body. It is an organ with high metabolic demand. It needs glucose regulation, oxygen delivery, micronutrients, vascular support, sleep quality, gut signaling, and inflammation control. If these systems are unstable, studying becomes harder than it should be. Academic failure may look like a school issue, but sometimes it is also a biological performance issue. Now, be clear, vegetables are not magic. Do not promise that broccoli will replace tutoring, that spinach will erase stress, or that carrots will solve every learning difficulty. But also do not underestimate them. Medical and nutrition literature increasingly connects diet quality, vegetable intake, cognitive performance, attention, and academic achievement. In American public health data, fewer than 1 in 10 children and adults meet recommended vegetable intake, and around 40% of high school students reported eating vegetables less than once per day in 2019. That means many students are trying to learn with a brain that may be under-supported by its daily fuel. So ask, why vegetables? Why not just vitamins? Why not energy drinks? Why not more coffee, more pressure, more punishment? Because vegetables do something broader. They do not act like one switch. They act like a network upgrade. They bring fiber, folate, vitamin C, potassium, magnesium, vitamin K, carotenoids, polyphenols, nitrates, and hundreds of plant compounds that work through multiple biological pathways at the same time. First, understand the academic brain. To pass exams, a student needs attention, working memory, processing speed, emotional regulation, and stamina. Tell a student, study harder, and you may be giving the right command but the wrong tool. Instead, say, build the brain environment first, stabilize the body first, feed attention before demanding attention. Why? Because learning is not only motivation, it is neurobiology. A student who skips vegetables and lives on refined carbohydrates, fried foods, sweet drinks, and ultra-processed snacks may experience more energy swings, lower nutrient density, poorer gut health, and more inflammation. These do not automatically cause failure, but they can make concentration more fragile. A systematic review of dietary intake and academic achievement in college students found that healthier dietary patterns, including better overall diet quality, were generally associated with better academic outcomes, while the authors also emphasized that evidence quality varies and more rigorous work is needed. That is exactly how we should speak, confidently but not carelessly. The direction of evidence is meaningful, but vegetables should be part of a full academic support strategy, not a single cause explanation. Now move deeper. Ask, how do vegetables help attention? One pathway is micronutrient adequacy. Iron, folate, vitamin C, magnesium, and other nutrients are involved in neurotransmitter synthesis, oxygen transport, and neuronal metabolism. Iron deserves special attention. A systematic review on iron status, anemia, cognition, and academic performance in adolescents reported that iron deficiency and anemia are linked with concerns in cognition and school performance, and that correcting deficiency can improve some cognitive outcomes, especially when anemia is present. Vegetables alone are not the strongest iron source, but leafy greens, beans, peas, lentils, and vitamin C-rich vegetables can support iron intake and absorption when combined wisely. So give this command: do not serve iron-containing plant foods alone. Pair them. Put lentils with bell pepper. Put spinach with lemon. Put beans with tomato salsa. Why? Vitamin C can improve absorption of non-heme iron from plant foods. How does that matter academically? Better iron status can support oxygen delivery and attention, especially in students who are deficient. Second, consider carotenoids, especially lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds are concentrated in dark green leafy vegetables such as spinach and kale, and they accumulate in the retina as macular pigment. Why should a student care about pigment in the eye? Because macular pigment optical density is also studied as a marker related to brain lutein status. In one study of 8 to 9-year-old children, higher macular pigment optical density was positively associated with overall academic achievement, mathematics, and written language, even after accounting for factors such as IQ, body composition, aerobic fitness, and sex. Let that settle for a moment. A nutrient pattern visible in the eye was linked with school performance. Does that mean spinach guarantees better grades? No, but it does mean the biology of learning may be written in places we rarely think to examine. And the evidence did not stop there. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial published in 2024 studied children aged 5 to 12 who received lutein and zeaxanthin for 180 days. The supplemented group showed increased macular pigment, higher serum lutein and zeaxanthin, reduced eye strain and fatigue, and improvements in several cognitive domains, including focus, episodic memory and learning, visuospatial working memory, attention, and processing speed. Now ask the practical question: how do we translate that into daily life without turning the kitchen into a laboratory? Do this. Add 1 dark green vegetable every day. Use spinach in eggs. Add kale to soup. Put romaine in wraps. Blend spinach into a smoothie if the student refuses salads. Add peas to rice. Use broccoli with dinner. Do not start with perfection. Start with repetition. Third, vegetables support the gut-brain axis. This is where the story becomes almost hidden in plain sight. The gut is not just a digestive tube. It communicates with the brain through immune pathways, microbial metabolites, the vagus nerve, and endocrine signals. Dietary fiber from vegetables feeds gut microbes, and those microbes produce short-chain fatty acids. Reviews of dietary fiber and the gut-brain axis describe how fiber can influence microbiota composition, immune function, and processes connected with mood and cognition. So ask, why does a student's stomach matter when the test is in algebra? How can broccoli affect behavior during homework? Because a calmer internal environment may support steadier energy, better mood regulation, and less physiological noise. A student who is bloated, constipated, inflamed, or constantly hungry is not just uncomfortable, that student is distracted from the inside. Give this instruction: build a fiber ramp, not a fiber explosion. If a student eats almost no vegetables, do not suddenly force 5 cups in one day. Add half a cup daily for a week, then increase. Use cooked vegetables if raw ones cause discomfort. Use soups, stews, stir fries, beans, lentils, and soft vegetables. Drink water. Move the body. Let the gut adapt. Fourth, vegetables can improve the quality of the whole meal. This matters because academic failure often lives inside routines: rushed mornings, skipped lunches, late night snacks, stress eating, and sugary drinks. When vegetables are added, they often displace lower quality foods. They increase volume, slow the meal, improve satiety, and reduce the urge for constant snacking. Ask, how can a student study for 2 hours if blood sugar rises fast, falls fast, and the brain spends the afternoon asking for another snack? Build meals that digest more steadily. Put vegetables next to protein and whole grains. Do not give the brain a sugar spike and call it breakfast. Try eggs with spinach and tomatoes. Try oatmeal with fruit and a side of yogurt, then vegetables at lunch. Try rice, beans, avocado, salsa, and lettuce. Try chicken or tofu with broccoli and sweet potato. Keep it simple, but make it repeatable. A scoping review covering adolescents and young adults from 2014 to 2024 found that most included studies showed a positive association between higher fruit and vegetable intake and better cognitive performance, while also noting the need for stronger designs. That careful conclusion is useful. It tells us not to exaggerate, but also not to ignore the pattern. Fifth, vegetables may support writing, language, and school performance in ways that are measurable. In an Australian study of school-aged children, eating vegetables with the evening meal every night was associated with higher scores in spelling and writing, with the strongest difference reported in spelling between the highest and lowest vegetable consumption groups. Again, association is not proof of direct causation, but the signal fits the wider literature. Better dietary patterns tend to travel with better learning conditions. Now make the plan concrete. Do not say, eat healthier, because that command is too vague. Say this: Step 1, put vegetables in the first half of the day. Why? Because attention is needed during school hours, not only at dinner. Add cucumber, carrots, cherry tomatoes, spinach, or leftover vegetables to breakfast or lunch. Step 2, use the 3-color rule. Put 1 green vegetable, 1 red or orange vegetable, and 1 bean, pea, or lentil option into the weekly routine. How? Spinach, carrots, and lentils. Broccoli, bell pepper, and black beans. Romaine, sweet potato, and chickpeas. Step 3. Protect the student from shame. Do not mock picky eating. Do not turn vegetables into punishment. Pair them with familiar flavors. Roast them. Season them. Add olive oil, garlic, herbs, yogurt sauce, hummus, or lemon. The goal is adherence, not moral superiority. Step 4. Use the exam week plate. During exam weeks, do not experiment wildly. Keep meals stable. Include vegetables daily, but choose ones the student already tolerates. Why? The week of an exam is not the time for digestive surprises. Step 5. Connect vegetables to performance language. Tell students, this is not just food, this is attention support, this is memory support, this is energy control, this is part of your study system. Make the connection visible. Also, be medically responsible. If a student has a diagnosed learning disorder, depression, anxiety, anemia, gastrointestinal disease, food insecurity, or medication issues, vegetables are not the entire answer. Get help. Screen for sleep problems. Check vision. Ask about bullying. Ask about hunger. Ask about menstruation and possible iron deficiency. If a student uses anticoagulant medication such as warfarin, keep vitamin K-rich greens consistent and involve a clinician. If there are eating disorder concerns, avoid rigid food rules and seek professional care. So, why can vegetables be beneficial and effective? Because they help build the biological conditions under which learning works better. Steadier energy, better micronutrient coverage, improved gut signaling, lower dietary displacement by ultra-processed foods, and possible support for attention and memory through compounds such as lutein and zeaxanthin. And how do they become effective? Not through one dramatic salad, through daily structure, through family routines, through school lunch choices, through repetition, through making vegetables normal, visible, flavorful, and easy to access. Let us close with a clear message. When a student is failing, do not reduce the story to weakness. Ask better questions. Why is the brain tired? Why is attention unstable? Why is memory not holding? How is the body being fueled? How can the next meal become part of the recovery plan? Start small today. Add 1 serving of vegetables to the meal the student already eats. Repeat it tomorrow. Add color. Add beans or greens. Pair vegetables with protein. Keep the routine steady. Watch not only grades, but also mood, energy, digestion, focus, and confidence. Vegetables will not replace teachers, parents, discipline, tutoring, sleep, or emotional support, but they can strengthen the foundation beneath all of them. And sometimes the path back from academic struggle begins not with a louder lecture, but with a better plate. Take care of your students, take care of your homes, and take care of one another. We are learning this together like a family. See you in the next topic.